Do you remember the kids in cages, concentration camps thing? Well, it appears the Joe Biden policy is the exact same policy. And now, of course, they're complaining about these facilities being overrun. I can't imagine why they'd be overrun. Joining us to talk about that and other things is Ken Cuccinelli, former acting Deputy Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security and currently Heritage Foundation Visiting Fellow. Ken, boy, I'm shocked that they would be overwhelmed at the southern border given all the campaign rhetoric out there.
Oh, my gosh. Well, I mean, they've done this to themselves. We told them this was going to be the outcome, and they knew that. And I can only conclude this is the outcome they actually wanted. They are willing to live with a lot of this chaos to bring in hundreds of thousands and millions over the course of a term of this president of illegal immigrants. They view that as a political plus, even if it's a security, drug, human trafficking, and public health nightmare for the United States. They America last is the new deal here.
Ken, I get criticized a lot because I say the Democratic Party is now the anti-American party. I don't say they always were, but how am I supposed to conclude any different, Ken?
Well,
when you are willing for political purposes to flood your country with illegal immigrants, I don't know how I can say any different than that.
Yeah, we've gone from America first to America last. And, the evidence is overwhelming, and it's only been a month. They haven't even gotten started, really. And keep in mind, Jesse, that, in next week, we're going to be talking about their crazy election bill. And part of what they want to do in this bill is register these people to vote. Even though they're illegal, they're going to do it automatically under H.R. 1. And no penalties for them for going through that process. So don't separate this from the rest of their strategic plan. This is not an accident.
So it sounds like you're saying their plan, this plan that they've thought out is to flood the country with illegal immigrants and then let them all vote in the election so they never lose another one. That is diabolical, but that sounds like what you're saying.
That sounds like the long-term plan, yes. Yep. And the video footage you're showing here of Guatemala, this is only a few weeks ago, that's at the border. Those are their Guatemalan security forces trying to hold back what? An invasion. That's what this is. It is an invasion. We're seeing the video of the invasion of Guatemala, and this invasion has continued its way on up to the United States, and they have been invited in by this administration illegally.
Ken, I am curious, given your high-level position at Homeland Security, I know you've had conversations with these people when they take over during the transition of power. What do they say back to you when you're telling them this is a disaster for the country? What is their explanation exactly?
In fact, they never wanted to meet with me, and so they did not. So those conversations did not take place.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to other things here, Ken. The gun control thing. Please don't tell me this is part of the plan. I'm looking at this idiot Sheila Jackson Lee's plan, and this is awful. Is any of this stuff going to actually get through?
Well, I have a hard time seeing any crazy gun control getting through the Senate as long as the filibuster stays in place. You have Democrats from states like West Virginia, Arizona, Montana. We could keep going around the country where they know very well that their states are very strongly supportive of maintaining and protecting Second Amendment rights. So unless you have some massive defection of Republicans, I just don't see the crazy Second Amendment bills going through. I do worry about crazy immigration bills because Republicans have frequently helped out with some of the worst policy proposals that we've seen over the last decade.
Why? I get so frustrated with Republicans on this. Why are they so soft on immigration? Because you're 100% right. It drives me insane.
Yeah, I think the answer is straightforward. It's because they're paying more attention to big corporate donors, not all of them, but when you see that tends to be the motivation, that they view their constituency as big corporate donors who want to drive down the price of cheap labor. And let's talk about our poor people real quick. These illegals come in, and at the same time, they're saying, we're not going to do worksite enforcement. So that is the main motivation for people to come here. And what happens at the bottom end of our economic scale? What happens to our American poor people? You have flooded their job market, and you have depressed their wages and made it harder for them to get a job in the first place. At the end of 2019, one of the things President Trump had achieved was the lowest poverty level in recorded history. Recorded history. 10.4% poverty level. It isn't just that deregulation and lower taxes helped America's economy grow. It did. It was excellent. But cracking down on illegal immigration also shrunk, or at least didn't allow to grow artificially, the labor pool at the low end of the economic scale. So our poor people were benefiting tremendously under the policies of the last administration. And so one way to look at what Biden is doing is completely stiffing the poor people of the United States of America.
Okay, why can't Republicans, I understand there's dislike of Donald Trump out there. He's a strong personality. That's fine. I liked him, but I get people who don't. But why can't Republicans see that as a pathway for popularity and prosperity to crack down on? I get the allure of corporate dollars. I get it. I've run for office before. You got to raise money. But why can't you see, look, the juice ain't worth the squeeze?
Right. So if you just do it as a cost-benefit analysis for an already elected senior Republican, and note I say senior, they gradually actually begin to think that their constituency is their donors. It isn't that they're comparing one to the other. Those are the only people they're ever hearing from. Those are the only people they ever talk to, are their donors. And so they view that as their constituency. So they begin to get this sort of inside the bubble conclusion. It reminds me of the joke about when Richard Nixon walloped McGovern in 1972, and the two White House press corps reporters, one said to the other, I don't understand how Nixon won. Everybody I know voted for McGovern. Well, that's what you've got going on here. Everybody they talk to is for letting in all the illegal immigrants they possibly can.
Thanks for watching the Heritage Foundation's YouTube channel. With more than 500,000 members, we are the nation's largest conservative research and education institution. We believe the principles and ideas of the American founding are worth conserving and renewing. Please help us further our mission by subscribing to this channel and sharing our videos with your family and friends.